get familiar. So if you don't know by now, then you should probably get familiar.
Hello students, so in this video let me start a brief introduction about the first chapter, that is called force. Okay, now let me tell you what you studied in the previous class about the force. So what is force, so it is a physical quantity when it is acted upon certain body, right? So what kind of bodies you can see? So you can classify the bodies as two types, either it may be a rigid body or non-rigid body. Okay, so the physical quantity force is acting on a rigid body gives the result as motion. The rigid body, such as you can take the example of a table or chair, okay, it's lying on the floor. If you apply the mechanical force on it, what happens? It undergoes displacement. Okay, so the displacement can be described as the body is undergoing motion. Okay, so when the force is acting on a rigid body, gives the motion. Similarly, if you consider the non-rigid body, such as let us say a wet clay, okay, when you apply the force on the wet clay, what happens? Automatically it changes its shape. Okay, even size also can be changed. For example, if you take a eraser, eraser can be compressed by applying certain force. It changes its shape, right? Like that. So when the force acting on a rigid body, so there may be change of size or shape, and as well as motion. It can be displaced also by applying the force. It can be displaced from one point to other point, and hence it shows the motion also. So like that. So depending upon the body, the force is giving either result as only motion or change of size or shape and motion also. Okay, now how to quantify the force acting on a body? So as per the definition, we can understand the physical quantity force as just rate of change of its momentum, because we are measuring that physical quantity with respect to time, isn't it? So how much momentum takes place in the body with respect to time, so that is called actually the rate of change in its momentum. Okay, so very simple form of equation is there to calculate the force. Okay, so you can write the force as F bar is equal to dP bar by dt. Okay, so this is actually the differential equation to find the rate of change of any physical quantity. So in this case, the physical quantity P bar is called momentum. Okay, so that momentum is observed in the body due to the application of a mechanical force on it, right? So with respect to time, so we can write it as dP by dt as the rate of change of momentum. Okay, so we have the equation for the momentum also. Okay, so P bar can be written as product of mass into velocity. Okay, so m into v bar, where m is the mass of the body and v bar is the velocity of the body, right? So in this case, m is mass of the body as a constant. Okay, so due to the application of the force, only the velocity can change depending upon the quantity of the force, how much force you are applying. Depending upon that, only velocity can be changed. But if you consider a particular body, its mass remains constant, right? So m is taken as constant here, and you can consider the rate of change of only velocity as dv by dt, and the fundamental equation dv by dt is also called the acceleration, isn't it? Acceleration. So we can write this m into dv by dt as m into a bar, isn't it? So we get the equation for force as m into a bar, product of mass into acceleration. Of course, this is a very familiar equation in Newton's second law, right? It's called actually Newton's second law. Force is equal to mass into acceleration is called Newton's second law also. Okay, now, so once you know the definition and equation to find the quantity for force, then in what unit you have to express, the force applied on any particular body. So for that, you just observe here, unit of force. Force is a vector quantity first of all, because so once the force is applied on any body, okay, we can observe the motion in a particular direction. Okay, and we have a particular value, magnitude. So force is giving both magnitude and direction as a physical quantity, and hence we can define the force as a vector quantity here. Clear? Then, so SI unit of the measurement of the force is normally in Newton. Okay, the unit name in SI unit is Newton. So symbolically we can express it as capital N. And then, so this Newton is actually the kilogram force also, kgf, symbolically kgf also we can write. So 1 kgf is equal to how much, you know? It is equal to product of Gn. What is G? It is a well known value of the acceleration due to gravity of the earth. Okay, average value of the acceleration to gravity on the earth. So how much it is? G is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. So that you can have the value of 1 kgf is equal to just 9.8 Newton. Okay, so this is just simple introduction about the force acting on any type of different bodies. Okay, so now I said it gives a momentum. So now we can classify the type of momentum also. So that is what you have to discuss as a main part of the syllabus in this case. Okay.